Okay, so again, you're okay with me recording this meeting and sharing it with our class or future classes. I didn't look at all your documents. I looked at a couple of them because I just ran out of time. So
Okay.
let's look at your healthcare power. I'll go from easiest to hardest. So
Okay.
the healthcare power of attorney, I took a look at.
Okay.
So you should see it on your screen.
I do.
Okay, good. So, like I said to your classmate prior, this is all just part of the statutory form. So, this looks pretty good. One thing, if we're doing this for a client, we want to keep our spacing uniform. So you see how
Okay.
that there should be a space there.
Yes, I do.
Um, again, a spacing rule right there because we want this, real world standards. So those,
Okay.
that you can fix pretty easily. Um,
Right.
Now we get down to this page, and this is particular to our client, and you have this
Okay.
right. This looks really good. And I'm assuming this address will then be on your list of assumptions.
It is.
Okay, I didn't look at your list of assumptions yet. Uh, I see that you've correctly left this area blank
Mm-hmm.
so that the client will choose at the signing conference, and you have correctly done that here as well. So that's good.
Okay.
Um, a lot of this I'm saying to you because I'm going to share this with the class, so it's not always just particular to you. You did this right. This looks good with his signature and the date. Again, you've left this blank, and that's correct, so that the
Okay.
witness, again, William Tell, so he's going to be on your list of assumptions,
Right.
and I'm assuming this address is too. Again, I have not looked at your list of assumptions. Mr. Dean being nitpicky, you got a little bold right there that you probably should get rid of, and down at the end here too.
I see it. Okay.
Um, Yeah, so overall, just a couple of little just simple fixes. So that one looks good. And I'm purposely going to go fast because I know we're both on a time clock here, right?
Okay. Yes.
I only have till about 5 minutes till one. So now you should see on your screen short form power of attorney for property.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so again, this is statutory and you picked this up correctly. You've left this blank and that's right. We would have Kirk initial that at the signing conference.
Okay.
Here, Kirk is the principal and his first agent is William. You have that correct.
Okay.
You've correctly picked up the bold and left it in there because that parenthetical language is part of the statute. So you left that in there.
Okay.
Let's see here. You've picked up my language here, which is right. And like I said in the prior recorded session, that's there so that, the family member can deal with Kirk's property almost to the same extent that Kirk can deal with it.
Okay.
Let's see. You have correctly left 6 and 7 blank because we want this effective the day it's signed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this address is on your list of assumptions for Kevin.
It is.
Okay, so far so good. This looks good. I like how you have the date and you have his signature area correct.
Okay.
So here, this is the witness language. So William Tell is going to be your witness. That's good. We leave this not applicable because Illinois, we don't require a second.
Okay.
Oh, here you got a mistake. See this? Certifies that Joseph client. So in terms of just the academic process, that would cost you points because we
Okay.
wouldn't want to be in a signing conference, and we know this should say James T. Kirk.
Right.
So that's just a fix that you have to go back. And then we always want to put the witness name here too. So I believe you called that witness William Tell.
Okay.
So you just want to fix that. The notary looks good. You have this correct, where Kirk is certifying specimen signatures, and in the prior go-to session, I said why.
Mm-hmm.
Name of preparer, I don't know why you picked up Associate General Counsel, because that sounds like he works for a corporation, but maybe that should just be attorney at law.
Okay. I'll change that.
Okay. And the rest of this, yeah, the rest of this looks fine.
Okay.
So, another nitpicky thing, if you can get this last 3 lines on the prior page, we wouldn't want one page just with this on there. But,
Okay.
all right, so just staying on pace. I did prior look at those two. Now I have not looked at your will yet, so this is a first for me. So you got James, you have his address, that's correct. You've correctly picked up that he is the parent of Jordan, even though we're disinheriting Jordan, he's still his parent, so that's good. You're following the facts and you're giving the ownership interest to Kevin. Yeah, and I like how you did the residue, that's good. We have the following specific bequests. Yeah, that looks good. I like how you did that.
Okay.
Yeah, my executors shall sell any property which my sons William cannot agree on. That's my anti-bickering clause that I mentioned in the prior go-to session.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Notwithstanding Jordan. Okay, so this is the disinheritance clause. So we're specifically disinheriting Jordan, but we also want to make sure he's disinherited by implication. Let me go back up for a second. Okay, just from a drafting point of view, we're disinheriting Jordan as to everything. It's okay that D is here, but I wouldn't want it interpreted that he's only being disinherited as to the personal property.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to consider either making that its own article, or it's not terrible that it's there. The Guardian, this should be its own article, and usually
Okay.
we put that back at the end of the will where we designate the guardianship of Kurt for his health and his property and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah, so that definitely should be that should be its own, E should be its own article.
Okay.
The residue, that's good. You got that right.
Okay.
Then these articles are pretty much boilerplate. They'll look the same in pretty much every will I get from all your classmates. There's not a lot of drafting there. They look good. I mean, you got your spacing good.
Okay.
Executor, let's see, yeah, okay. So we always want to make sure, the reason I went back is under your H here, we always want to make sure that we waive surety bond. So that is there.
Okay.
So let's see. So that looks good. Guardian of the person always follows his health care, or strike that. Guardian of the person always follows his property power of attorney. I'm sorry, I said that right. I'm rushing. Guardian of the person follows health care. Guardian of the estate follows property. In this case, he's naming the same people. So you got William first and Kevin second. That is correct. And you
Okay.
did the same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that right after this, right after the guardianship of the estate, here is where you could
Uh-huh.
put the guardianship for Robert as
Okay.
its own article.
Okay.
Witness whereof. Just from just kind of a drafting point of view, and probably by putting Robert's guardianship language at the bottom of page 4, it'll spill over to page 5. We always want to see some of his will. It's a continuous document. We want to see it flow over from page 4 to page 5 because that's the page he's signing on or
Okay.
executing. You got the date right. That's good. You got the witness good. Um, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Maybe not this. Maybe use a different person rather than a real person.
Oh, okay.
You don't live in Disneyland, do you? Sometimes, sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall your will looks pretty good. I can tell you put some effort into it. Maybe a few fixes there. Let's go to the trust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of staying on pace here. So this is what's called a self-declaration or a living trust.
Mm-hmm.
And you did that right. Yeah, you got this right because I believe I don't have the assignment in front of me, but I believe Bank of America becomes his successor trustee under the facts
Right.
to the exclusion of Jordan. That's okay. Let's say I'm just reading this as, like I said, I have not looked at your trust yet.
Okay.
So you pick this up right. You've got three equal shares. One share to William,
Mm-hmm.
one share to Kevin, one share to Robert. Let's see here. I got to read Robert's. Yeah, you hit a home run here. Your classmates who listen to this are really going to thank you
Mm-hmm.
because you have the three shares. You got Robert's share. This is big points on this assignment. So I'm just reading this fast. But you have that. You have done that very nicely. That's correct.
Okay.
Any of the shares provided through, you got the laps correct? Yeah, no, this is, I can see you worked on this. This is good. There you go. That's very good. This is really nitpicky.
Mm-hmm.
To the American Heart Association or its successors or assigns. I mean, it's possible they could rename themselves. But I mean, that's professor being really picky, which I guess is my job.
Yep.
Let's see, you're doing this correctly. In the prior, I could tell you spent time with the prior Web2 session or GoToMeeting session because you have this correct.
Yeah, that was very helpful.
Yeah, again, let's take that out of there, change that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, boy, no, I'm telling you right now, little nitpicky stuff, but that's good.
Okay.
Let's see, what should we look at next? Maybe the office memo because I only have uh, a
I'll
few
change
minutes
his
here.
title. I'll change his title on there.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my silence. I'm just reading.
Oh, that's okay.
Let's see, record from as tenants in common. That's fine. That's good. I like the death certificates. Certainly, you would want to advise him that we're going to get an original copy. And in this estate, you'd probably order in the real world, and maybe you put this in, I haven't looked at it yet, but you would probably order 20 certified copies of her death certificate. They don't
Oh, okay.
expire, and you always find there's always reasons to use them.
Okay.
Contact the transfer agents. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you picked that up right. Contact, I guess 5 and 6 all could be one paragraph, but I was just looking at to see that you're picking up, getting that stuff transferred into trust.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the CDs, so they'll be absorbed by the trust. Probably a better way to say that is transfer ownership to the trust rather than absorbed. So same deal there. So you've got the idea that with a living trust, the document itself is not near as powerful if we don't retitle assets. You have correctly done that. So you're advising your client, strike that, you're advising your employer, your lawyer, that we need to get this stuff retitled into the name of the trust.
Okay.
That's good. I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't recall in the trust seeing the disinheritance language for Jordan. Maybe I skipped it. If it's not in the trust, it should be, but
Okay.
I might have just missed it. And then the list of assumptions is a grading tool for me. So you
Mm-hmm.
put William Tell. So there you go. So William Tell is something that you assumed, which is fine. You did that correctly. So when I'm grading this and I'm grading any of your classmates, I'd see William Tell and I'd be like, okay, well, who's William Tell? I would go to the list of assumptions. I say, okay, William Tell is one of the witnesses and here's his address. So the
Okay.
list of assumptions, you are doing this correctly. Uh, Yeah, no, you're doing it right. I would say overall you're there. A little bit of cleanup, and I can tell you have spent some time with this. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, the GoTo meeting that you did prior to this was very helpful.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're also willing to be very gracious and help your classmates because um, this is a good follow-up to that session. Now, Edna was nice enough to let us do this for her, and now you're being nice enough to do it for the class because this is this is obvious that you spent time with all the materials plus the go-to. Now this is the cleanup. I mean, you're there.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, I can't really say other than what I've said. You're very, you're very much good.
Okay.
So anyway, that went a lot faster than I thought it would, so that's good. That means you did it right.
Oh, yeah, great. I'm happy. You know what?
Okay,
I'll probably try
I'm
to
sorry.
clean up the document.
Yeah, and I'll just say this for the benefit of the class that we know that the documents are due in hard copy form to my South Suburban office no later than 11 a.m. on the day identified in the course. Um,
Mhm.
should be in its own envelope in case the documents get scattered. If I'm not in my office, which I probably won't be, just slide them under the door. And you have correctly put your name on all the documents so I know whose documents they are. So nice job overall.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to hang up.
All right, take care.
You too. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.